The AI landscape just shifted. On April 23, 2026, OpenAI released GPT-5.5, codenamed Spud. Unlike the incremental updates we have seen recently, Spud is a ground-up rebuild. It is the first fully retrained base model since GPT-4.5, designed to unify text, audio, images, and video into a single neural architecture. This isn't just a model, it is a multimodal brain. The benchmarks reveal a massive gap in agentic performance. GPT-5.5 hits 82.7% on Terminal Bench 2.0, crushing Claude Opus 4.7's 69.4%. While Claude still holds a slight lead in pure GitHub issue solving, OpenAI has focused on reliability, slashing hallucination rates by 60% compared to version 5.4. This makes Spud the definitive choice for autonomous workflows. The core innovation here is the unified embedding layer. In previous models, modalities were processed by separate encoders and fused at a later stage. Spud projects everything, text tokens, audio frames, and image patches, into the same vector space from the start. This allows the model to reason across modalities natively, understanding a video's context as easily as a text prompt. For developers, this means the end of pipeline spaghetti. You no longer need to call Whisper for transcription before feeding text to the LLM. By using a single endpoint for all data types, you reduce latency, cut API complexity, and eliminate the information loss that inevitably occurs when translating between different specialized models. Integrating GPT-5.5 remains familiar for those using the OpenAI Python SDK. The primary change is the model identifier and the ability to pass complex objects. Here is a standard implementation for a senior engineer code review. Note that the request structure remains clean despite the massive jump in underlying model complexity. This is where the unified architecture shines. In this example, we are passing raw audio data directly into the message array. There is no separate transcription step. The model receives the audio data and the text prompt together, allowing it to summarize action items with much higher contextual awareness than a text-only transcript could provide. To leverage the high terminal bench performance, developers are moving toward autonomous CLI agents. Using the OpenAI Agents SDK on top of GPT-5.5 allows for complex environment debugging. You can initialize a diagnostic agent that monitors system logs and executes terminal commands to resolve issues without human intervention. Let's break down why this Spud release is a technical milestone. By rebuilding the token embedding layer, OpenAI has achieved what researchers call true multimodality. This architecture eliminates the need for separate encoders, which traditionally acted as a bottleneck for reasoning, and increased the total parameter overhead of the system. Where should you actually deploy this? GPT 5.5 is optimized for high-stakes, agentic environments. It excels in scenarios where the AI must interact with a real-world system, such as a developer's terminal, a cloud infrastructure dashboard, or a real-time audio-visual support stream where latency and accuracy are paramount. The competition with Anthropic remains tight. Claude Opus 4.7 is still the surgical tool of choice for precise, human-in-the-loop code generation. However, for long-running agents that need to plan, execute, and recover from errors autonomously, GPT 5.5's superior reasoning in terminal environments makes it the clear architectural winner for 2026. GPT 5.5 Spud represents the most significant shift in AI architecture in years. By prioritizing native multimodality over incremental benchmark gains, OpenAI has delivered the definitive engine for the next generation of autonomous agents. It is time to simplify your stack and embrace the unified API. The era of fragmented AI pipelines is officially over. Start building with the unified multimodal API today. You can find the full integration guide, pricing details, and more benchmark deep dives at effloow.com.